Victor!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow Wolverine Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And we're here to discuss Chris's favorite movie, X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's up next to Batman and Robin in his favorite movie list. And Superman 4.
I haven't even seen Superman 4.
It's still your favorite movie.
No.
And you're
No, not even jokes.
And you're even going to give it a higher grade than what I'm going to give it. So yeah, it's going to be your favorite movie.
No. Oh God. Why did we choose to harm ourselves with this? But anyway,
can't wait till I make you review Neil Breen movies.
Why? But anyway, X-Men Origins Wolverine is a 2009 superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character Wolverine. It is the fourth installment in the X-Men film series, the first installment of the Wolverine trilogy within the series, and a spin-off / prequel to X-Men and X2. The film was produced by 20th Century Fox, Marvel Entertainment, Dune Entertainment, Donner's Company, and Seed Productions, and distributed by 20th Century Fox. The film was directed by Gavin Hood and written by David Benioff and Skip Woods. The film stars Hugh Jackman as the titular character alongside Liev Schreiber, Danny Huston, Dominic Monaghan, and Ryan Reynolds. And the synopsis. Seeking solace from his dark past, Logan, better known as Wolverine, seems to have found love and contentment with Kayla Silverfox. Logan's peaceful existence is shattered when Victor Creed, his vicious brother, brutally murders Kayla. Logan's thirst for revenge propels him into the Weapon X program, where he undergoes a painful procedure to bond his bones with adamantium, making him virtually indestructible and more than a match for Victor.
Well, we both liked the movie when we first saw it.
Yes. Back when we were young and dumb.
Yeah.
Before we knew what taste was. Yeah, so you can't pin this all on me. You liked it too. Pot calling the kettle. But, oh God. But now looking back on it, what were we thinking?
I think we're just happy to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah.
In his own thing, yeah.
It was mainly the hype to see Wolverine have his own story.
Yeah.
This could have been so much better.
Yeah.
It really could have. But when we get into the cast, and seeing as though we brought him up, the face that runs the place himself, James Howlett, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman.
For what he does do well.
What they gave him, he actually did. He did decently.
Yeah. The problem is we never get to see any of the backstory from the wars. That could have been, and more of the actual Weapon X program that would have been much more interesting than what we got from the brief 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, I would have thought that whole situation was a lot more traumatic.
Yeah.
I mean, not just the fact of the procedure to put the adamantium over his bones, but they actually made him a weapon for the government.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally brainwashed the man. So...
Yeah. Instead, we just have Wolverine with free will.
Which...
And he doesn't really kill people that he doesn't have revenge against, so it...
This doesn't... No.
Doesn't make any sense for what Stryker said in X2.
No. Which... I mean, they acknowledged the fact that, he was essentially doing stuff like how the Winter Soldier was doing.
Yeah.
Where they sent him out and he took people out.
Yeah. The worst thing he did was kill his biological father, who he didn't know was his biological father when he was young.
Yeah, because his adoptive father, who was a better father to him, he saw him die.
Yeah.
By the hands of his actual father.
Yeah.
And then, of course, also having your mom freak out because, you just had claws come out of your hands.
Yeah.
He was just dealt a raw deal from the get-go.
Yep. And sadly, we could have gotten more in the wars. Instead, we just get the opening credits montage, and that's it.
That, and maybe find out what Logan and Victor had to do growing up.
Yeah.
You know, after they essentially had to flee home.
Yeah. We get none of that. Like we said, and we don't really see him do any really bad things to the good people. He's mainly the one trying to calm down the situation.
Yeah.
When he was with the weapon program, with Stryker and them.
Yeah, he was the one that actually had some semblance of a conscience.
Yeah.
Which... That doesn't seem too much like Wolverine.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When he became a true-on good guy, I mean, he wouldn't go out and just take out anyone, but he's still what you would consider the Raphael of the group.
Yeah.
He's, he has the most attitude. He's the hothead.
Instead, we get Sabretooth, who's the hothead, instead of him.
Yeah. Again, did Benioff and Woods even do any research on the character?
If they did, they probably just wanted to subvert expectations.
And that's dumb. Oh, God. But Hugh Jackman did his best.
Even with the fake adamantium claws.
Oh, God. How in the world did they mess up the claws? You could obviously tell that they weren't real.
Yeah. Especially in that bathroom scene.
Oh, my God. Just sad.
Yeah.
Just sad. But seeing as though we did bring him up as well.
Yep.
Victor Creed, a.k.a. Sabretooth, played by Liev Schreiber. Much different than what they went with Tyler Mane.
Yeah.
There is still that very calculating, cerebral assassin with Liev Schreiber's version. But at the same time, I still prefer Tyler Mane's version.
Yeah.
Really. He despite the fact that he didn't really get to do too much in the first X-Men, Tyler Mane truly was what Sabretooth is.
Yeah.
He's nothing more than the heavy that is a sadist.
Yeah.
While we did get a little bit of the sadist, I didn't believe that he would actually be much more of a formidable opponent to Logan.
Yeah.
They should have picked someone that was much bigger.
Yeah, well, Tyler Rand wanted to come back, and they decided to recast him anyway.
Which was dumb.
Yep.
The man understood the character.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, Liev Schreiber is a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. And what they did give him, he did do a good job, just like with Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
But he just didn't feel completely like Sabretooth to me. Even as a kid,
Yeah.
it didn't necessarily hit the mark for me.
And either he wasn't my favorite Sabretooth either. Watching the movie. And his goal was to also get the adamantium put into him, which he was told wasn't going to happen.
No, because his body would not be able to handle it.
So he just goes on a murdering rampage out of revenge against Stryker. At the end.
Well,
after his team up with Stryker.
Yeah, to essentially get everybody's powers so they could make Weapon 11.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I mean, the fights that they did have were good, but why the freaking cat run? Why did they give Victor this freaking cat run and pounce? Sabretooth doesn't do that. He doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Every time I saw him do that, all I could think was everybody wants to be a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, it was sad.
Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about the other recast villain.
William Stryker, played by Danny Huston.
He gets a better superhero movie in Wonder Woman.
Yes. He really did.
Yep.
Playing the red herring of the film, but he was utilized so much better in Wonder Woman than here, because don't get me wrong, Danny Huston is a very good actor.
Yeah.
Truly he is. He was just not cut out to be William Stryker.
Yeah.
They really should have kept Brian Cox and just de-aged him.
Yeah. Well, yep, but they decided, no, we're not going to de-age him. We're just going to recast him completely.
Which was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
For real, the only other recast that was good was essentially the young Stryker from Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Anyone else? No. It will always be Brian Cox.
Yeah.
He got Stryker down perfectly.
Why do you think they ignored him in Days of Future Past during that flashback scene with Wolverine?
Well, no, they did show him, and we heard his voice.
No, Brian Cox. They only did the Brian Cox version.
Yeah.
Danny Huston doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's why they retconned it. This whole movie doesn't exist, technically. Although Logan will somehow remember the bullet that made him lose his memory.
And still remember, and somehow regain the knowledge of knowing his real name.
Yeah.
So, is this really out of canon, or is it still canon, or
It's all... Well, the Fox Universe timeline's all messed up anyway. Even in Deadpool and Wolverine, the whole thing's still messed up on that one.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to figure out how in the world did Logan still happened, but at the same time, Xavier's school and the X-Men are still a thing. We'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah, but he decided to make a complicated plan, Stryker, to go get Wolverine to go do the Weapon X program.
Yeah. Essentially have your brother go and kill everybody that you were friends with back during, Team X.
Yeah.
And, did you all not remember the fact that all of this man's senses are extremely heightened? You didn't think of potentially not saying what you were planning on doing out loud? Did anyone think in this film?
No. Along with giving him Logan a girlfriend to go turn on him.
Well, that happened in the comics.
Yeah.
So that was accurate.
Yeah. And then kill a general who didn't want the Weapon X program to keep going.
Which, wouldn't he be a bit more gung-ho about that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember, this is still the same U.S. government that, was perfectly fine on nuking the mutants during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll discuss that when we discuss X-Men First Class.
True. Very true. Well, I guess you brought her up.
Yeah.
Kayla Silverfox, played by Lynn Collins.
She did fine for what she got.
Yeah.
And she was also hot.
Yeah. The only problem I have is the fact of no matter what she tries to say, Lynn Collins isn't actually Native American, and Kayla Silverfox is a freaking Native American from the Blackfeet tribe. Despite Lynn Collins trying to say she got Cherokee heritage, that's the go-to for a lot of people that apparently think that they have at least some percentage of Native American in their ancestry. Could they have not actually gotten a Native American actress? There are some out there. You could have done the thing, but I don't think Lynn Collins, personally acting wise, was a bad pick.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah, she did good with what she was given.
They could have done earlier on hints that maybe it was not real between them, maybe of her touching him more times, when they first meet or whatever. If they'll do flashback part, because the movie just comes out of nowhere and you don't really get any really contemplation.
It was half a plan, half real for her.
Yeah, the thing
because she did actually fall in love with him.
Yeah, but we still could have seen a lot of Wolverine's flashbacks to it for him contemplating whether or not it was real or not.
True, but at the same time, remember how long this film was, and they didn't really give enough time to flush out a lot of things.
Mainly because of executive meddling.
I swear. I still think Disney paid too much money, but thank the Lord that they bought Fox so we could stop these people from ruining our entertainment.
Well, I wouldn't say that just yet. After Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm so optimistic about.
Well, that those are completely different people.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the executives of Fox that no longer have jobs.
Yep.
They were finally stopped because this should have been so much better.
And she tells him his origin of the Wolverine while she's naked, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, although
Yeah.
we get to see more of Hugh Jackman nakedness, sadly, for us. Yeah.
But still not as naked as the previous films.
Yeah.
I mean, why did we have to see this man butt ass naked so many times throughout this franchise?
I
Why?
don't know.
Why?
But she tells him his story, which I guess inspires him to become the Wolverine. Even
Yeah.
though he technically doesn't remember because he gets shot in the head with the adamantium bullet. That is nowhere in the X-rays when Professor Xavier talks about it. When I looks at. Oh, okay. Yes, I now under. Yeah, the dog tag.
Yeah. It had Logan and the Wolverine
Yeah.
on the dog tags, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the whole symbolism, it kind of falls to the wayside after, bullet to head equals erase your mind of like not even most of your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, do we start to get into Team X?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, seeing as though he got a bit more billing. John Wraith, played by Will.I.Am.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it started. Ha!
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it started in here. Will actually did okay with what he was given. Some people really rag on his performance, but I don't know. I liked him in this role. I mean, he didn't overstay his welcome.
Yeah.
He was kind of an additional voice of reason. And he actually was a decent friend.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a shame that, he got taken out in less than ceremonious way.
Yeah.
I mean, he got, after he already has been mortally wounded, you got to disrespect him and say, always predictable.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I thought he was good as as the decent friend, killable friend to help him. How about Logan, who won redemption?
Sacrificial lambs.
Yeah.
Well, do we continue with all the other sacrificial lambs?
Yeah.
Chris Bradley, a.k.a. Bolt or Maverick? I think he's more Bolt.
Yeah.
Played by Dominic Monaghan.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually cool with what little we got to see of him.
Yeah.
I mean...
It looked like he was about to steal the guy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And was almost going to have that happy moment until Sabretooth decided to go end that for him.
Could we have at least had a little bit of exposition of at least him, reconnecting with his friends before, unfortunately, he has to take them out?
Yeah.
Essentially try to tell them, this ain't personal.
Yeah.
This is business.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a bit better, and also show a bit more of the cerebral part of Sabretooth that they were trying to portray.
Yeah.
That he's much more calculating about this. I would think that he would want to put them in a sense of, comfort
Yeah.
before he does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they could have done so much more.
Yeah.
Now I guess he was Stryker's right-hand man while Sabretooth was the left hand.
Yeah.
Agent Zero, aka David North, played by Daniel Henney.
He's a dick.
Yeah. Which I don't think Agent Zero is a lot more like
Mm-hmm.
what's his name from G.I. Joe?
No. Can't think of.
He's the ninja from G.I. Joe.
Oh, Snake Eyes.
Yeah, he's much more like Snake Eyes. You know, he doesn't. He's the type of character that you can't really read that well compared to some of the others.
Yeah.
Which makes him all the more, you know, dangerous.
Yeah.
Because how you gonna go up against a guy that there's no way that you can,
Yeah.
you know, intimidate him.
Yeah.
Which that's a good chunk of what Wolverine does. That he intimidates his prey before he takes them out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it was good that they still kept Agent Zero as, you know, the go-to guy for Stryker.
Yeah.
You know, they kept that from the comics, but they could have done them better.
Yep.
They could have. I guess any other?
And he also, and his media portrayal, I was really happy to see him die after he killed a couple people trying to get Wolverine back.
Yeah, that was some bull. The old people didn't need to die.
And then him saying the line to Wolverine, "Everyone dies when you're around."
But
Final last words.
I mean, you probably couldn't have shot the old people.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, this really ain't Wolverine's fault at this point.
Yeah.
This is all you, man.
Yeah.
This,
You deserve to die in a fiery helicopter explosion.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Mm-hmm.
They blow things up and they walk away. Who's got time to watch an explosion?
I think the only person who really gets out of that next thing is Blob.
Yes. Yeah. Fred Dukes, aka the Blob, played by Kevin Durand.
Yeah.
He actually did really good.
Yeah.
It's actually a bit surprising that they did Blob kind of right.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the characters, he's one of the few that they actually did right compared to any other time that we have some inkling that the Blob is around.
Mm-hmm.
Some things really don't make sense. How in the world did they do right by him but not everyone else?
Yeah. Although he apparently just ate himself to be in the Blob because he was
Depression.
Yeah. It wasn't a superpower. He just got that way.
Yeah, which that's not necessarily how things happen. I mean, Blob straight up is naturally that big.
Yeah.
He didn't eat himself into depression. He straight up is like that, which explains why they consider him the human wrecking ball. I mean, not only is he freaking enormous, the man is also fast and strong. He is like a wrecking ball.
Yep.
And for the most part, they did actually show that, with that scuffle that he had with Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I also do like the fact that they acknowledge that, for the most part, he is kind of indestructible.
Yeah.
They actually did do right by the Blob. Yeah. And plus, I do have to give them credit for some practical effects.
Yes.
Somehow, some way, that one was the one that they did good on. Mm-hmm. I give them a point on that.
Yeah.
I guess we go into the ally before the most controversial thing.
Yeah.
Remy LeBeau, a.k.a. Gambit, played by Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence with Taylor Kitsch. Part of me thinks he did do Gambit okay, but then there's a part of me that feels like he's not Gambit enough.
Yeah.
I mean, he did do okay.
Yeah.
He did do okay. But still, even as a kid, I didn't think that's not Gambit.
I was the opposite. I should like that he would Gambit. Because I wasn't too thrilled about the other casting, which we'll discuss in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, but I like that one now. I really like that one.
Yeah.
And plus, that was so many years of development hell finally paid off.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Taylor did do okay with what he was given.
Yeah, I liked his fight scene against Wolverine. That was fun.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty good.
In the end, he just gets hit because Wolverine's in the middle of fighting Sabretooth.
Elbow.
Yeah.
Elbow to the face.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going back. Shut up.
You're just going to disrespect Remy like that.
Yeah.
Well, lately we've just been seeing Gambit just get utterly disrespected.
Even in Disney Plus with the new show.
So essentially, no matter what, at least one person has to be done dirty in the X-Men.
And they decided Gambit's their favorite punching bag.
After so many years of you all doing this to Cyclops, it's like, nah, Cyclops is actually cool. And we're finally going to treat him as he should. Huh. So who's going to have to be the sacrificial lamb here? I'm sorry, Remy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have to do that when we discuss X-Men 97. That they did him so dirty in that one.
I hope he comes back. I really hope they didn't just end him.
Yeah, I know. If he doesn't come back, then we can complain about season 2.
Despite the fact that they still have good people working on it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude that made all the good episodes of What If is the one helming it now.
Yeah.
I guess there's no point in trying to ignore it. We gotta acknowledge the mouth sewn shut elephant in the room. Wade Wilson, I guess aka Weapon 11.
Yeah.
Played by Ryan Reynolds.
Yep. Well, the first half he did good.
Yes, when we actually get to see Wade Wilson as Wade Wilson.
He didn't really annoy Wolverine as much as he did Sabretooth and everyone else in that program.
Yeah, which I find weird because I would have thought, Wolverine would have like this much of patience with him, this much, but I guess he could handle it compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
Which, seriously, what comics were you all reading? What were you all reading?
That and Ryan Reynolds was wearing his Blade Trinity outfit for the weapon. Because that's basically what he close to what he wore in for Blade Trinity when he got introduced to the Deadpool character.
Oof.
Who also had swords also.
Yeah. So, was this cruel irony? Was this cruel serendipity?
Yeah.
Was this... I mean, later on, this all would pay off like gangbusters, but the journey to get to that, I mean, God, man, you were 0-2
Yep.
before you finally got your 3 W's.
Yep.
And I mean massive W's.
Yep. Of course. Let's talk about what they did with him after his talking sense.
Oh my God! What did you all do? You have Wade Wilson, the man who becomes Deadpool in this film. He is known as the Merc with the Mouth. At least a third or a fourth of his thing is being witty, doing quips, breaking the fourth wall, and making jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And you sew his mouth shut?
And give him powers that he doesn't have.
No! The only thing Deadpool has is an extremely strong healing factor that is even stronger than Wolverine's.
Yeah.
Other than that, he does not have any other powers. He is just proficient in all forms of weaponry and combat. Why in God's name would you give him the ability to teleport, kinetic punch beam eyes, and at least like a few other abilities?
Yeah.
Why would you do this? Why?
All because one of the executives didn't like the Deadpool character.
Damn you, Tom Rothman.
And he also decided to repaint one of the sets later in the movie. Yep, that's what the director said. They came up and painted one of the sets later because it was too dark. Even Ryan Reynolds, when he first heard that he was going to get his mouth sewn shut, he did a sarcastic joke about it, which they thought was which they thought he was serious about him agreeing with his mouth being shut. He's like, no.
I hurt myself today. Oh, God. Why do we allow people to do things?
Sometimes executive meddling helps, and other times, no. Most of the time, no.
See, this film didn't even deserve to have a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
It was for the best Stan Lee didn't show up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder what Rob Liefeld felt about this as well.
Hey, he disowned it.
Yeah. Oh, God. I guess why don't we at least look at some of the good?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like how we acknowledged Hugh Jackman, Liev Schreiber, Lynn Collins, Ryan Reynolds
First
for the first third of the film. They did good with what they were given.
Yeah.
Which the material they got was not the best. But they did the best they could with it. Mm-hmm. Some of the action was actually good.
Yes.
I mean, seeing the war flashbacks, seeing Team X do their thing.
Although the Vietnam War will be contradicted in Days of Future Past with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't doing that. He was sleeping with the Bob Moss's daughter in Vietnam.
When he was supposed to be in Vietnam. Okay, maybe it's not canon now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Plus, I think his age, he wouldn't have been drafted.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, also some of the fights between Wolverine and Sabretooth were decent, despite everybody wants to be a cat. Plus, on top of it, there was at least some sense of comic book accuracy. Mm-hmm. You know, Logan and Silver Fox's romance and the betrayal, that was true to the comics.
Yeah, of course. They reference Jason. He's put on ice, apparently.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. And also, Team X.
Yeah.
Also very accurate. And of course, we do have a number of cameos.
Yeah.
Tim Pocock?
Yeah.
As Scott Summers.
Which will also be a retcon.
So, this actually does accurately make him the first student.
Yeah.
Of Professor X.
Which sadly gets retcon.
Just the disrespect.
Yeah.
And of course, you did also bring him up.
Yeah.
We did end up seeing Jason Stryker.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was lobotomized and put on ice. I don't think Jason was torturing his parents yet.
Apparently, that still happened.
I mean, yeah, it happens regardless, but I don't think Jason was doing that yet.
Yeah.
Plus, at the same time, they did go to Professor X to see if he could help Jason with his sociopathic tendencies. But I guess they just completely skipped over that and just be like, yeah, icebox the kid. Mm. Lord have mercy. Max Cullen is Travis Hudson. Which... Yeah, he's Guardian or Weapon Alpha.
I refer to them as the Kents in this movie because they discovered a naked Wolverine and sort of adopted them as their own.
Yeah.
Before their deaths.
I mean, he's James McDonald, but he actually was... The character that he's actually based off of is the Guardian, who was the first... I guess, government-assisted superhero made from the whole Weapon X program.
Yeah.
He's Weapon Alpha. And his wife, Heather Hudson, played by Julia Blake, was Vindicator. They were the OG characters created by, Department H. Mm-hmm. That created the whole Weapon X program.
And they die.
Which, Why you gonna do him like that? That would have been cool.
Yeah.
We could have. It would have been interesting to show how many individuals have been kind of manipulated, used, and abused by Department H and the government.
Yeah.
But I guess we don't get to have that. We don't get to have nice things. Hopefully one day they get to do, James and Heather Wright.
Yeah.
We also got
Like Tayana
Tazi as Emma.
Yeah.
Which, she is not Emma Frost. No matter what they try, no matter what they try to say, no. Mm-hmm. She just has similar powers. She doesn't even have the telekinetic abilities. She just had the telepathic abilities. She can only just turn diamond.
Yeah.
Why they tried to put Emma Frost into this, I don't know why.
Well, we also had Quicksilver.
Very true.
Which thankfully also got retconned in Days of Future Past.
For the better, actually. For the better. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Now the bad. Yeah, not the story wasn't there.
Yeah.
There wasn't much of the Weapon X program or Department H. Not enough to show what went on with all the various wars Wolverine and Sabretooth fought through. Mm-hmm. And everything is just so chronologically confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Of course, the terrible CGI.
Freaking Wolverine's claws.
And terrible CGI cameo.
Oh, yes. The other additional cameo. Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, a.k.a. Professor X. Except it's weird, de-aged CGI Patrick Stewart puppet. He wasn't even on set. That was a completely CGI'd Patrick Stewart. Mm. And it was weird. And we knew it wasn't real. And it looked like a video game.
Yeah.
Of course, we already went into the complete butchering of Deadpool. Damn you, Tom Rothman.
Now he's torturing the Sony universe with Madam Web.
Stop giving Tom Rothman jobs! Stop letting him do things!
Madam Web and Kraken the Hunter.
Craven
the Hunter.
And the third Venom. Stop letting him do things. Yeah, no Stan Lee cameo, but I guess that was for the best. Everybody wants to be a cat. So much yelling of Victor! How many times does Logan do that?
So many times.
And then, of course, the terrible grief yell when he thinks Kayla got killed by Sabretooth.
Although it was a good homage to the comic.
Yes, but even back in the day, everyone groaned when he did that in the theater I was in.
Yeah.
It was like, yes, this is sad, but I don't buy him getting that angry.
Yeah.
But I guess it's time to get into our ratings.
Alright. I give this a 4 out of 10. Yeah.
You're putting this on the same level as Wonder Woman 1984?
Yep.
Wow.
It's really terrible.
Wow.
No matter how hard Hugh Jackman and the actors tried to save it, all the executive meddling made it so much worse, along with No Mouth Deadpool.
For me, 3 out of 10. Oh no, it's still not Batman and Robin. That was a freaking commercial. That wasn't even a film. This tried to be a film and it failed at it. Despite the best efforts of the actors that were trying to do the best they could with what they were given, this did not hit the mark whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame. Mm-hmm. This could have been so much better, but oh God. I feel bad for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, it did work out.
Yeah.
It did work out for at least a couple people in this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was rough.
But tell us what your thoughts were watching this movie. Go find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Where else?
You can also find us on Instagram, Reddit, and TikTok.
And go to our YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, share our videos, and subscribe to this channel. We're at 249.
Yeah, we're fluctuating between like 248 to 250. It's weird right now. It's weird right now. Yeah. I don't know what people are doing right now.
Even if you hate watch us, just subscribe.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're trying to make it to 500 so we can finally start getting monetization.
Yeah.
And then we can start doing a lot of really interesting things that we've been planning.
Yep. But before we go, we actually go to a better prequel, X-Men First Class.
Yes. Which, yeah, part of me forgot how good this was.
Yep, it was a really good movie.
Yeah, really good.
It made us forget all about this movie.
Yeah, for the best.
Yep.
For the best.
But want to roll us out?
Well, sure. Well, thank you for watching us, especially watching us through our pain. Be sure to give us a like, comment, subscribe, and click the post notification bell so you're updated with all of our upcoming videos. Well, cut, print, that's a wrap.